Want to dine out in style, discover what's hot this season, or know how to spend a great weekend? Read FT Weekend for fresh ideas and inspiration every Saturday and Sunday. Start your weekend thinking with a curated mix of culture, style, food, and inspiring long reads. Enjoy the best Financial Times news journalism, then tuck into lunch with the FT and HTSI. Check out the best deep dives on the arts, travel, wine, homes, and more. Pick up a copy or read more at ft.com.
Hello and welcome to Food Neighbourhoods on Monocle Radio. I'm Monica Lillis and once again we're visiting the places locals love for their food and drink. Today we're heading to the northeastern edges of Bucharest, where the clang of trams and the scent of grilled meat can only mean one thing. You've arrived at Piata Obor, a sprawling market that has been a cornerstone for local life in the city for centuries. Once a place for the weekly shop, now increasingly a destination for a full day out. Monocle's resident Romanian Laura Kramer takes us for a bite.
Urmează stația Obor.
Doriți o geacă, ceva?
Păi așa al doilea, pe tine ți-ai lipit unul altul.
Well, I've just arrived in Obor Market and I'm overwhelmed by a smell of grilled meat mixed with flowers and everybody smoking around me. It's here that Bucharest residents shop for ingredients in the same way that their grandparents did. It's face-to-face, produce in hand, and stories exchanged over the scales. The market is full of seasonal fruit and vegetables. They're piled high in these massive mounds. You see plums and sour cherries in the summer, and of course more earthy root vegetables in the winter. This is a place to eat, to really eat with elbows out and joy. With more than 1,200 stands, it's easy to lose your bearings in between the jars of homemade honey, rows of jam, and all forms of pickles stacked to the ceiling. You can even buy a goldfish or a canary. In times like this, when my senses are overloaded and the amount of choices leave me desperate to dive face first into the first batch of homemade donuts that I see, I find it best to collect myself with a cheap beer and the best meat in town, a treat that requires some patience. We are standing in a really long queue. Can you tell me what everybody's waiting for?
We are queuing for meat. There are some minced rolls, minced meat in a rolls. It's similar with sausages, but it's a Romanian one.
It's like a sausage without a casing, really.
Yeah, exactly.
How long do you think you're going to wait here?
For almost an hour, I think. Hopefully less than an hour, but it's the first time here. Even I live in Bucharest. I didn't want to queue for this, but everybody talks about them, so today is the day.
I think I might have to join you. I'm told that families with young children sometimes get to cut the line, but not always. One dad says he was gently told to queue up like everyone else. It is the weekend after all, so he marches his tiny army to another stall for meat. As for me, I hunted down one of my favorite childhood snacks. I am trying to buy some strawberries. I will tell you there's nothing that quite tastes like a Romanian strawberry. I don't know what it is about it. They're so aromatic. Bună ziua! Pot să cumpăr căpșuni? Mulțumesc! La revedere! But beyond the produce, it's also full of clothing shops, restaurants, and little corners of entertainment. I end up browsing the offerings in Paper Traffic, an independent publishing house that doubles as a barbershop and is run by founder Vlad Mihai.
Obor market is like really a dense place in history and events that happened here during the communist era, and before that it was called the outside fair because it was in the outside of the city, and then the city grew, and then it was called Târgu Moșilor because it was linked to Harvest Day that we have in the autumn, Moșii de toamnă. And then the communists came and wiped that away because they were like, stop with these religious things. And then they named it Obor like it was used to call the cattle fair. So it's still, if it's not the biggest, it's the liveliest because I think everything here is still very normal, very, very diverse, very open. Yeah, it's not just locally. We have like a very good international flavor, I guess.
Vlad's bookshop sits on a breezy terrace shared with a few other spots.
You can have a full day. You can come get the coffee, you can go eat, then you can go get something from the bar and spend a nice evening. But the main thing is the market. You can buy things from the market like cherries and cheese and wash the cherries in our sink and eat the cherries here, then order some wine, then get some biscuits or eat some meat. It's a really good place to spend like a full day.
He tells me the challenge for the Piata Obor community is to shift people's habits from quick visits to truly spending time here. So every month, Vlad hosts a backgammon championship on the terrace, a small way to invite people to linger a little longer. And that's what's charming about Piata Obor. It's a market where you can pop in for a bag of strawberries and walk out with a parakeet, a haircut with a story, and a sausage that's worth an hour of your life. For Monocle Radio in Bucharest, I'm Laura Kramer.
Food Neighbourhoods is a Monocle production from the team behind the menu. This episode was written by Laura Kramer and edited by Flynn Simons. For more food and drink stories, tune into the menu every Friday at 2000 London time. I'm Monica Lillis. Thanks for listening.